ゲームを1時間以上します。
ダメだ。ドイツの高速でガス欠しちゃったら罰金なの。
そう。
むずくないそれ。
ガムを噛む。
Can't chew gum?
120万から1200万くらいってこと。今日は日本人が普通にしている海外ですると法律違反な行動について話してみるよ。
Let's find out!
こんにちは、全人類と友達になるところのがミスター・ミです。そして
です。
花です。
これはバイロなんだよ。
ポロです。
今日のテーマは日本人が普通にしている海外ですると法律違反な行動について。
So you guys are just regularly lawbreakers? Is that what you mean?
Oh, I get it. Japanese like to present the cell. Oh, I'm so law-abiding nice. But Jitsu wa, you were actually a big shiest.
みんなと話してるとね、日本人が日本国内では普通にしている行動でも海外でやったらこれ実は法律違反だよっていうものが結構あるという話になったので、今日それを集めてきました。
Yes, we have.
それをみんなから教えてもらおうと思うんだけど、どこの国のもので罰金が分かればいくらくらいみたいなのを調べてきたので、アメリカとかはね、州とかで法律が違うもんね。
True that.
理由っていうのをね、含めて話していきたいと思います。それでは行ってみましょう。最初行く人。
はい。Oh, ready?
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Drinking in public.
Yeah!
言ってないよ。
I didn't know what we were gonna say.
これはよく聞くね。日本はさ、外でお酒を飲んでても何も言われないじゃん。
True.
カナダもアメリカもダメってこと？
Boo boo.
Oh no, that's why you buy the alcohol and then they give it to you in a brown paper bag so that no cop can see you drink the alcohol inside the bag.
Right, but it's kind of funny though, because like if you have it in a bag, it's like clearly it's beer or something like that.
It's like the bags that they give you at the yakyoku where it's like the mienai yatsu. It's like that.
で、一応そのビールとかの缶をこの袋に入れて中身が見えなければ、
Yes.
まあ大丈夫とは言う。大丈夫。
Right.
二人の国は
大丈夫。
ルーマニアっていうかヨーロッパ全体は一応ダメだけど No one cares。
カナダとアメリカはマジで捕まるってこと？
Indeed.
I guess so. I mean, like it depends on the situation, I guess. But like, if you're behaving well, like you're just sitting at a park drinking something, it's kind of like maybe you should probably hide it. But if you are drinking and being belligerent, you'll definitely be caught, and you'll be charged with public intoxication and having an open container of alcohol, and that can be up to a $5,000 fine.
In Canada?
In Canada.
待って。$5,000 っていくらくらい？50万。
50
万ってこと？
50万。
やば
日本でさ、めちゃくちゃ酔いつぶれて寝てる人ブワーっているじゃん。あの人たち外で隣に空き缶があったらもう50万円みんな取られるってこと？やばー。
Right.
Well, I think that it's just like overall much crazier inside of the West if you are like belligerently drunk in public. And on top of that, I feel like in Japan there's a zero policy when you drink alcohol.
Right? You can't even have a little bit. Right?
You can't even have like a little bit when you drink like any kind of breathalyzer, even if it's like 0.00001%. Boo kinshi. Sure? In the States, I don't know what the percentage is, but usually it's like a 0.0 something percentile that is okay to drink. Therefore, if you have like half a beer or just one can of beer, it's fine. But that is a slippery slope because one beer is fine. After one beer, two beers should be fine. I'm already sobering up from the first beer, and then 8 beers in, you decide to drive home, and then things happen. Yes, and then you end up maybe losing your life because you're drinking. So I think that they just want to stop it like completely of trying to be drunk in public. If you want to drink in public, then you do so responsibly at a bar or like at a town that has bars, and then you call an Uber home, and then you go.
外で飲んじゃいけない理由ってそういうことなのかな？
Yes.
I also think I feel like culturally, like North America has this like aversion to pleasure in some way, like the whole puritanical society type of thing, right? So like I think it's more of a thing in America than it is Canada, but like Canada too, we had a prohibition.
when alcohol became illegal.
Yeah, alcohol was illegal for like a decade.
禁酒っ 時代か。
Yeah. So we had that, right? And that's alcohol. Alcohol is like the most consumed drug probably in North America, and yet we had that illegal for a period of time, right? And so I think there's a very strange relationship that, you know, people in North America have with alcohol, and so I think people are trying to keep it under control.
なるほどね。
Right, right.
最後に聞きたいのは、外で飲むのめっちゃ気持ちよくない？
Oh, it's great.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
amazing.
Oh, I
It's amazing.
abuse it in Japan.
Yeah.
I feel like a badass.
Well,
dude.
the thing is, like hanami and stuff like that, it's just like great, you know.
Yeah,
Springtime, you're enjoying yourself. Crack open a nice crispy asahi,
Yummy.
and it's just beautiful.
Heck yes. Looking at the sakura leaves just falling.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes the wind blows, asahi, boom.
Yeah, boom,
Wabi sabi, baby. That's it.
それは美味しさです1個目は外でお酒を飲むでした。
Please do it in Japan. It's fun.
そうね、でもこれ本当に気をつけてほしいよね。日本人の感じで言ったら普通にやっちゃいそうやもんね。
Right, and plus, like, especially if you're out traveling, it's like, oh, you're really having a nice time where we may drink a little bit too much, maybe get a little crazy. Go to jail. Maybe.
次
はい。
はい、お願いしま
Hello.
す。
ガムを噛む。
Oh, where?
Can't chew
まあ
gum?
マレーシアではないんだけど、シンガポールはこういう法律がめっちゃ有名なんで。
No chewing gum.
Wait, why can't you chew gum? So you don't do sell gum?
They also doesn't allow to sell gum.
They don't sell
They don't
gum?
sell-
Is it like a cleanliness thing, like so you don't make the streets dirty, kind of?
It is one of the reasons,
Oh,
but I think the main factor will be I checked it on the internet.
Okay.
So they passed this law because of when they introduced the MRT trains. There are a lot of people who chew gum, vandalize the door sensor with chewing gum. So it makes a lot of trouble, causing the MRT to be delayed.
Oh,
They have to
really?
be going through a lot of maintenance and stuff and cost them a lot of money. So
Really?
they
Oh,
start banning.
そんな理由なん？
そう最初はそうでした。
Wow.
Oh my gosh. I feel like in the States it's like honored because we have a thing in Seattle. It's called the gum wall.
Yeah.
Heard of that?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just like a bunch of people, they just put their used gum
Right.
on the wall, and then I've been there before because it's sweet, it attracts a lot of bees.
Yeah.
So there would just be a lot of honey bees like trying to get the sugar from the gum, and people trying to take pictures and trying to be chased by
Right,
bees
right,
at the
right.
same time. That's interesting. I never knew about that.
Yeah, like, I feel like gum is such like a cultural landmark in American schools, right?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
put
yeah.
the gum under the desk, kind
Under
of
the
thing, right?
desk, on my shoe,
Yeah,
you know, on the sidewalk.
So we always make fun of Singaporeans who come to Malaysia to try to chew gums and stuff. Come here, we have gums.
We have double bubble.
この前3人ね、シンガポール行ったじゃん。いつもないチェックリスト作ってたのね。ガムを持っていかないっていう。だから持ってっちゃダメでしょ、多分。
持ってっちゃもダメですね。
そう、中入るとき持ってたらダメだから、すごい気をつけたし。罰金どのくらいなんだっけ？
チェックしたら、初版は$500から$1000ぐらい。
Just for enjoying a nice
Yeah,
stick of
just
bubble
for
gum.
enjoying.
No.
6万円から12万円くらいってこと
そういう
だよね。
感じですね。
おお。
That's insane.
持つだけで。売る人はもっとやばいだけど。
え？どういうこと？
多分
It's like a drug. What the heck?
そう、it's just like, yeah, you really like a drug.
え、そういうこと？そのガムを仕入れて、それを人に売ったら、
多分$1万から10万かな。$1000。
Black market trade.
They're like addicts.
そう、だから罰がすごくやばかったからみんな売らない。
120万から1200万くらいってこと
まあまあまあ、だと思います。
I feel like they could use it to like sabotage somebody. Like you put it in somebody's
Oh, yeah,
pocket.
yeah.
Oh my
Like this guy has gum, and then you report him to the police. So they don't use it to chew.
やばいやつ。
Use it to-
今回行って感じたけど、めっちゃ綺麗なの、道が。
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
なんか日本よりももしかしたら綺麗かもしんない。
What?
すごい綺麗ですよ。
Wow.
あ、もう何のゴミも落ちてないよ。
うん
マジで。
シンガポールと日本の違うんですね。日本はみんな自発的で街に綺麗にするんじゃないですか。
うんうん
シンガポールは法律があるから。
あー、なるほどね。
うん
じゃないと多民族国家であんなに統一された感じにならないもんね。
うん
そういう法律があるおかげで、僕らも海外旅行しやすいというか、シンガポール人も現地で暮らしやすいのかなと
そう
思って。
ですね。はい。
これもね、皆さん本当に気をつけてください。ガムを噛むでしたー。
Yay! Chew the gum.
はい、次。
Da-da-da-da. In the state of New York, apparently, Nampa is kinchi.
ナンパ好き。
本当に
Oh, like flirting. Flirting.
How about
with a girl.
catcalling?
What?
Catcalling.
That's exactly where it comes from. So in 1907, as I looked this stuff online, apparently there were a lot of like drunkards, like just yelling random things at women, right? And someone wanted to pass a law that fines people for at least like $500 for flirting with like individuals, because like it would be dangerous for women to like walk at night and then be like catcalled by like these random people in the state of New York, right?
ちょっと待って。キャットコールって何？
Oh god.
にゃんにゃん。
猫のサブケーブル。
Yeah. So basically, that's catcalling number one. Catcalling number two is when a lady is walking down the street. Let's say Anna's walking down the street. So, I'd like a piece of that.
はいセクハラで
Yes,
す。
exactly. Simple no sekahara. Yeah.
ウィスはダメらしいですよ。
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it.
キャットコールっていうのは女の子が歩いててその人に「子猫ちゃん!」みたいな感じで言うってことね。
Oh, yes,
バッチリ。
so.
バッチリセクシャル的なことじゃなくてもダメ。
Yeah. I mean, like,
ナンパは
it's just any nampa in general. If somebody sees you actively hitting on a woman or vice versa, and the police catch you, you can be fined $25. Only in the state of New York.
僕のアメリカのイメージってすれ違った人とかでもなんかナイスシャーとか言ったりするイメ
Yes.
ージがあるよね。
Nice shirt. Didn't someone told us, like we were walking in like Osaka, there was like a foreigner. It's like, I like your shirt. I'm like, oh, thanks.
そのすれ違った時に言うのをナンパ的な感じで言ったらダメってことね。
Yes.
へ
Yeah.
難しいですね。
いやもう日本人からしたら2段階上だからね。知らない人に話しかけるのがまず1段階。ナンパするのがもう理解が全然できないから。
It was a law that was established over 100 years ago. So I think it's probably just been going on for that.
なるほどね。
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
ナンパをするでした次
はい
はい。
Hello.
Okay. It's illegal to run out of gas on the German Autobahn.
オートバーンっていうのは高速のことよね。ドイツの
そう。
ドイツの高速でガス欠しちゃったら罰金になるの。
そう
いや
罰金になる
むずくないそれ。
I think that's just survival of the fittest, honestly. You're just like weeding out the weak. Like if you're gonna run out of gas on the freeway, you're just dumb. Like what are you gonna do? Push your car for the next 50 or 60 kilometers?
The thing is, you know how sometimes on the highway you would stop, like park at the very corner, like an emergency lane, and sometimes people would stop even if it's not the emergency lane, but like just on the side. So doing that, it's illegal on the Autobahn in Germany because it creates troubles. So if you stop, you'll get fined from at least 35 euros and upwards, and if you park in the middle of the Autobahn, it's 70 euros or more.
In the middle of the autobahn,
Yeah.
as in middle of the highway.
Any way, actually, like any way that's not like an actual designated stop area.
日本ももちろん高速で止まったらいけないから多分罰金取られる。でも故障してもダメってことだよねきっと。
Like the way the law is written is like if it's not a very good reason, then you'll get fined.
どういう時なんや。
Yeah.
What's a good reason?
And most of the times, it's probably not a good reason. Like, for example, running out of gas is not a good reason, so you'll get fined.
Heart attack.
Back into the
まあそんなことはないと思うけど、もうオートバーンってさ何キロ出しても大丈夫なんだったっけあれ。
そう
だよね。だからもう決まりをめちゃくちゃ厳しくしないと事故につながる可能性があるから日本とかよりも厳しめなんだろうね。
そういうことです。
オートバーン走る方ガス欠には気をつけてください。まあガス欠だけじゃないよねきっと。前もってわかる車の故障をしないようにちゃんとメンテナンスしなさいよみたいな感じなんだろう。
そう
高速でガス欠するでした。
Don't run out of gas or you're gonna get fined.
次。
はい。
はい。
In Canada, it's illegal to build a snowman taller than 77 centimeters.
Hey, you wanna build a snowman? Make sure it's not below 70 centimeters.
本当に？
Yeah, well, in one province called PEI, Prince Edward Island, a very small province, but there apparently in this one town called Souris, you can't build a snowman taller than 30 inches or 77 centimeters.
ああ、30インチがダメなのね。およそ77センチより高くしたら、77センチってね、そんなでっかくないよね。このくらい。だからカナダのさ、雪の量だったら作れちゃいそう。
Yeah.
That's a snow elf
Yeah,
Or
right.
snow
It's
dwarf.
Not a snow man.
Yeah.
It's
There's
just
snow kids.
Snow baby.
no child.
Yeah. Why do you like that one? Of all the things you
最初何言ってるんや雪だるまを角で作っちゃダメなのか
Yeah, yeah. Specifically on a corner. Yeah, yeah.
なんでやん
I guess like my understanding is that it's like disruptive. Like it can get in the way. So like say for example, you're driving, right? And in Canada it snows a lot, and so like when you're turning a corner, there's already a lot of snow on the corner, so it's kind of already hard to see around the corner, right? So if you add an extra snowman on top of it, it's like it gets in the way. You just can't see. It's like a traffic safety thing.
確かにそれで交通事故とかに
Yeah.
雪滑るしね、
Right.
ダメってことか
Right. It's a very quirky law, but they have that.
いやでも面白いのはカナダだからあるけどマレーシア絶対にないよねこんな法律雪ほぼ降らないでしょ
ほぼ降らない。ほぼじゃない。
あほぼじゃないごめんなさい
完全に降らない。
I have a cultural question. How do Japanese people build snowmen? Like, what do you put on it? Like, what do you put a nasu for a nose, or like, what do you guys use? What are your tools?
僕は広島に住んでたからそんなにそもそも雪が降らないんだけど
あー
降った時はこのくらいの雪だるま作って
おー
石とかを目にペンペンペンってやって作ってた
Ah,
どんな感じで作るの
Well, I think first of all, in North America at least,
Yeah.
snowmen are usually in 3 clumps.
Yeah,
Right.
3 clumps.
3つ
Yeah.
Yes.
1, 2,
Yeah.
3.
ダンゴムシじゃんもうそれ
Like a big dango body, and then a medium-sized dango
Where you
belly,
put the buttons.
where you put the buttons right here, and
The
then
coat, yeah.
and then one small head. 1, 2, 3,
Wait,
and then
wait.
you put like a wait, like a little top hat, and then you put like I don't know buttons or coal for the eyes, big carrot like this, and then you wrap it around in a scarf, and then you give him buttons so he's like a nice.
So nice.
And then
You put
twigs,
these sticks, yeah,
sticks.
yeah.
So you look like that.
日本はドラえもん想像してみてドラえもんブンブンこれ、
Only
That's
2.
it?
That's it.
うん、でまあもちろん枝とかもこんなんで刺さるけどでもドゥンドゥン絶対ドゥンドゥンドゥンもあったの
Dun, dun, dun. It's always dun, dun, dun.
It's always boom, boom, boom.
面白はいじゃあ法律の話戻ります雪だるまを作るでしたはいじゃあ次
Boing.
はい
Wearing cowboy boots.
Wearing cowboy boots, really.
Okay, well, it's only like in the state of California, within the city called Blythe, California. Very sick name, by the way.
Yeah, sick
It's
name, yeah.
truly like a western town, as what Google Senpai tells me. And apparently, you cannot wear cowboy boots without the ownership of at least 2 cows.
Oh.
Yeah, my impression is that probably a lot of people go there like going up there with a full cowboy suit and they wear cowboy boots and they walk into these random saloons and then people look at them like, oh wow, that's a real cowboy, but then they're just cosplaying. So they're not a real cowboy. So they're like, what a faker, bakasuna. We are real cowboys. We own cows because we are the
ち
boys.
ょっと聞いてもいい
What?
まずカウボーイって何なんだったっけ
Like Woody.
いや分かるけどそれはイメージはあるのよなんかイメージはあるのよなんか荒野のさカサカサカサカサっていう中にブーツでしょ
Yeah.
ぐるぐるがついてるやつね
Spurs.
そうトルトーイってこうなんかこうそのイメージはあるんだけどそのカウボーイが牛を少なくとも2頭飼ってないとダメってことだよね
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
カウボーイって何する人なんだったっけ
Well, I mean,
Ranchers,
in westerns, yeah, they're ranchers, right? They own cows, they own farms.
Yeah, they're
cowboys.
farmers,
They're
yeah.
farmers.
あ、
Yeah,
そう
yeah,
なんだ。なんか僕の中で勝手にこう銃でバーンって撃つ人。
yeah, yeah. I mean, like this town ain't big enough for the 2 of us.
Yeah.
It's high noon. You know. I mean, sometimes like they're sheriffs, so they're with law enforcement, but some are like bounty hunters.
Yeah.
I just feel like with the whole getup, like you can be like almost anything you want, but 一般的に you're like a rancher and you have like a gun, right? Because if there's wolves trying to attack your cows, you gotta shoot them, right?
あー、なるほどね。牛とかを持ってる人は自衛のためにも銃とかを持つから、その町を守るみたいな。
Well, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, because like
Yeah.
in like because the whole cowboy thing is like a product of like of going westward, right? In America, right? Where there weren't any cities at the time, right? There's no real law enforcement, so you kind of have to take care of yourself, right?
Right.
So yeah, so like not only were you like a hard-working guy because you're on the farm ranching and taking care of cows and stuff like that, but like exactly what you're saying, right? If like raiders or something like that, or some people come in and try to attack you, or like steal stuff or you had to have a gun and protect yourself kind of thing, right?
Right.
So you were simultaneously like a police presence, but also like a wholesome farm guy.
なるほどね。で、話を元に戻すと、そのカウボーイの真似したらなんでダメなの？
Well, because like it's like a western town, right? The city of Blythe is a very like western town. So if you wear cowboy boots, but then you're a faker, it's like you're not a real cowboy.
It's like wearing like military boots, but you're not in the military, or like wearing dog tags, but you're not.
Yeah.
あ、それもダメなんだ。
Well, I don't know if that's. I guess it's kind of like out of touch. Like
It's a little bit out of touch.
Yeah,
like you're
yeah.
trying to be more tougher than you actually are.
Yeah.
It's like kakotsukeru. Like literally, you're making coolness
Yeah.
by wearing
Yeah.
cowboy boots, right? But I've also looked it up, and it's probably not as enforced as it is today. It was just a law that was set up like a long time ago because this phenomenon existed. But right now, I don't think that you see like truly a lot of cowboys that they do exist still, and people still dress up like that. But I don't think that you see it a lot today, or the law is just not being enforced as it used to be in the city of Blythe. Yeah.
まあ、昔作った法律がまだあるってこと。
yeah, yeah,
Right,
still,
yes.
still hang out.
カウボーイブーツを履くでした。はい、次。
おっす。
はい。
ゲームを1時間以上します。
ダメな。
まあまあ、これ法律ではないんだけど、まあ中国でそういうなんだろうガイドラインが立てて、未成年の子供たちがゲームするの時間が制限してくださいって言ってました。
それは何？政府がってこと？
政府が。
政府が中国全土でゲームは1日？
平日だったら未成年の人に1時間半までしかできない。
平日？
平日。
Is that why I have a bunch of Chinese people in my Apex chat room? Because they all run to Japan because they can't play video games in China. And then when they got into Apex, I'm like, oh, and they start speaking Japanese. They all speak Chinese to me. I'm like, what's going on?
They actually didn't, it's not a law, so if they don't have the power to enforce it. But then they asked the gaming company, the one of the biggest mobile game company, Tencent, to imply these kind of guidelines. So they have to like ask the underage to register their real name, their face and stuff.
Oh my.
顔認識。その時間超えたらバンする。っていうニュースを見ました。
Wow.
Nice.
1時間以上超えたら
うん、ダメ。もう超えたよ。今日もうダメですっていう感じ。
いやもうそれ日本でさ、
うん
なんかお母さんが掃除機かけてるよ、あんたまたゲームばっかりしてそろそろやめなさいって30分後に、やめなさいって言ってやめなくて30分後にやめてなかったらコードをプツンって抜く
そういう感じが。
マジで
そういう感じが。
By the government, not even your Okasan. Yeah.
まあ
まあガバメントが会社に行って会社がやってるってことよね。
そうそうそう。
やば。
Nice. So you don't have to blame lag or your skill. You blame the government for doing that. Yeah, I almost got that killed, bro. Like, I'm not dying. It's just the government shut off my internet.
まあそういうカーフィーがあるってことね。
平日と土日で違うの？
なんか読んだら平日は90分まで。土日は3時間まで。
優しい優しい。
あとは時間制限だけじゃなくて10時以降ゲームもできなくなるらしい。
What?
朝の8時まで。子供のため。
Wow.
Nice, 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 nice.
If you force them to get off at 10 p.m., like you'll probably get them to bed earlier, right?
Yeah, so
And they'll be bigger and stronger Chinese children,
Yeah.
and they'll.
そういうでしょ、そういうためでしょ。
They'll suck at games, you know, so they'll never have any friends, but at least they'll be strong.
Yeah, let's be strong and just massive children.
ちょっとバイロンのさゲーム機にペアレンツコントロール入れようや。10時以降だったら1週間中国生活してたということでゲームを1時間以上するでしたはいということで今日は日本人が普通にしている海外ですると法律違反になる行動について話してみました。どうだった？
Oh, it's kind of interesting about how like specific things happen in a very specific place that need a very specific law.
Yeah.
It feels like it just all stems from like very, very specific problems that
Yeah.
each individual place had.
だからすごい面白いなって思ったのは こういう法律の違いってその国ができてきた背景文化とかが違うから違ってくるわけじゃん、できた理由とかをこう考えたりするのって楽しいなと思ったし、まあ、その国を理解するいいきっかけになるんじゃないかなと思いました、一個だけ、まあ、僕らはねもちろん法律の専門家じゃないので間違っていたらすいませんコメント欄で教えてください。
お願いします。
すいません間違えましたってコメント欄追加で書くんだ。他に僕らに話してほしいトピックがあればコメント欄までよろしくお願いします。
Put in the comments.
それでは次の動画でまたお会いしましょう。バイバイ。チャンネル登録
おね
Guy?
し
ます。